Hey guys, so we're gonna jump into another one of these videos where I'm reacting to your guys' fights over on Twitter. I like to do this recently where I post a tweet asking for responses for you guys to post some of the fights you want me to look at. And I'm gonna go through as much as I can in, I guess, 30 minutes or so. I'll allot for this video. And I'll give my thoughts and opinions on the videos that I see, on the fights that I see, and just generally react to them. So we're gonna jump in here. I'm just gonna go in order. There's not a specific order I'm gonna be using here, but as soon as the order they pop up for me is what we're gonna do here. I think this format actually does work pretty well. We have the actual fight here, and then we have the team that's posted over here. So this guy's gonna be using an androids / regen style team, kind of interesting. He's running Gamma 1 in the leader slot. Definitely a character I don't really see too often, Gamma 1 or Gamma 2. So this should be cool. And then this same thing with this Red 21, not really a character I see too often. Metal Cooler is really good. I think this is probably the best free-to-play character they've released. It's between him and the Yellow Trunks. Super 17 is also really good. I think I would give the slight edge to this Metal Cooler though. He was really good. We have the Piccolo giving the buff to Metal Cooler with the Zenkai ability, 13 giving the buff to 21, and then the yellow cell in the bus. This is essentially like almost a event exclusive team, but we have the Gamma 1 obviously not event exclusive. So let's go ahead and take a look here. Just mute this real quick, and we'll see how this goes. So he's fighting the... Is this Sun Family? I guess it is Sun Family. The Tag, EX Gohan and Trunks, the UI Goku, and then Revival Gohan. So let's see this. All right, so it starts off with the green card there. Goes for a mid-range strike right away. All right, I guess it worked out for him because the guy went for a tackle. Goes into Gamma 1. Gamma 1's doing a lot of damage here. He goes into 21. So that, I guess the first thing to mention here is he goes into Gamma 1, goes with a blast, and then immediately goes out. I mean, maybe he was reading that he was going to switch into somebody else like Gohan. Obviously, you don't want to use a green character against the purple character. So maybe that was the reason why he switched into 21 there. But I think this is just a waste of vanishers, because like even on Metal Cooler, you still had Metal Cooler's vanish available. Then you switch to Gamma 1, you still had Gamma 1's vanish available, and then switch to 21. So the thing here is, if your 21 gets caught in a combo, you're gonna have to wait a full 9 counts to be able to switch into a different character here. So I think just like, you know, keeping in mind where your vanishes are and where your switches are, that's like, I think, you know, an important thing to remember. All right, so 21 is gonna be comboing here for a little bit. This is looking pretty good. Yeah, he does switch to Gohan, so that was a correct read. Keeps going with the blast, doing a lot of damage. And then the tap's there. Let's see if he goes for a tackle. He does, another tackle. So he catches him again with the strike there. Okay, looks like he's going for a quick attack. He does, ends up actually popping his revive. Now he does have access to both his characters once again, so this was, I guess, technically the correct move to go to 21 there and just deal with this Gohan's first life. So Gohan is back as a blue card. Tries to just launch it. He actually does catch it with it, so that's... Yeah. Okay, so here's the thing with launching blue cards from long range like this. So the first thing to remember about doing this is you have to remember, does the blue card have a long animation or not? If the blue card has a long animation, it's almost never correct just to click the blue card like this. This 21's blue card animation is not long, so it's not really the end of the world if you just like click on the blue card at long range. Like it's not really, you know, you're almost not really going to get punished for that. But the way that you do this effectively is if you watch, as you can see, the Gohan is sidestepping here. If the Gohan sidesteps, then I think you can click the blue card, because at that point, the enemy cannot PV you. If they're in the middle of a sidestep and you click this blue card, you're not gonna, like, this is not the timing where you can automatically hit them with the blue card guaranteed, but they cannot PV you from this timing. So you see this jump right away and you click this blue card, that's a fine way to use, I think, blue cards from long range, especially not long animation and the enemy is in the, like, basically in the middle of their sidestep. They won't be able to PV you, and the worst thing that can happen is they vanish you, and then you have like a coin flip chance of countering them there. So he uses the blue card here, ends up finishing Gohan off. That's good. Gets the Dragon Ball for killing him as well. And we have UI Goku here. The fun time begins. Gets another blue card. Does he just launch the blue card? Okay, so Goku goes for the green. Launches the blue, ends up missing, and then then he goes to Gohan. Okay, and then we still have a pretty favorable situation. He goes for the tackle. Yeah, and then he PVs him there. Okay, yeah, this is looking pretty good for our submission here. And then yeah, gets the kill on them. Gets his Vanish back by, yeah, this is a good way to use the UI Goku's gauge against him, I think. Is you have no Vanish, right? And then UI Goku's just like sitting there doing nothing, floating around. You just pop him with a blast or a strike and you just get your Vanish back, right? You're going to take some damage in return, but I think it's worth it. Like getting your Vanish back for sacrificing like a little, how much HP do you lose? Like, let's see. He sacrifices, what is this? Like 15% HP? He's sacrificing 15% HP to get his Vanish back. I'll take that. That is definitely a worthy trade-off. That was a good play there. Goes for the strike, makes him vanish, and then this is it. Yeah, this is pretty much the end of the match. Just incinerates this UI Goku, goes for the rush, and that's, I assume, the end of the match once he gets a guest here. That was a pretty dominant match from this guy. Now keep in mind, I don't think his enemy stars were that high. Let me just go back to the beginning. Oh, I don't think it showed the stars, actually. Never mind. But if we go back to this guy's team, so let's exit out of this. Like, obviously, his characters are event exclusive, so the 21 was dominated in this match. She's 14 stars, right? So I'm assuming that, like, if he's fighting, like, a 3-star UI Goku, that's probably why he was doing so much damage, but that was pretty good nonetheless there. All right, so this one recorded a long time ago before I quit the game while the anniversary was live. Okay, so this is back during the 4th anniversary. This is 2 parts here. How long is this? This is 45 seconds and 2 minutes and 17 seconds. Okay, we'll watch this. So this is an interesting team here. What? Okay, he's fighting this guy. This guy is using a 14-star UI Goku, a 14-star Gogeta, 14-star Tapion. That's okay. That's a pretty good team there. This guy is using Ultra Vegito, Beto, and COPYMAN. All right, we'll see. We'll see. All right, let's jump in here, see how this works. Okay. So leads off with the Vegito here. Goes up against the UI to start out with. I don't like people that start with UI Goku. I think it's a waste. Because typically with UI Goku, he's there for 2 things. Number one, there to cover change, right? Cover changing against strikes and blasts is a very strong mechanic and allows you to pretty much just reset the battlefield pretty much at all times. So I think leaving him on standby to begin the fight with is probably the best thing to do. And then number 2, he's there to stall for you. At the beginning of a fight like this, when you aren't really at a disadvantage switch timer wise, you don't really need to stall, right? So I really don't think putting UI Goku out like this just at the beginning of a fight is the correct decision, but people do that a lot. I've noticed that. All right, so let's see. So he goes with the long range blue. All right, yeah. I guess he was just trying to get rid of UI Goku's gauge there, or his vanish. All right, so obviously taking a lot of damage. COPYMAN switches in. All right, nice. COPYMAN. To be honest with you guys, I don't remember what this guy does. I don't remember what this COPYMAN does. Taking a lot of damage. Goes into Beto. Actually, Beto not doing a terrible job of tanking. I mean, remember, this was back when UI Goku and Tapion and all these characters were in the boost system. So remember that. Okay, so he goes for the main ability, draws the extra green card. Doing a lot of damage, huh? All right, remember that Vegito does go type neutral on green card there. Honestly, if there's a character that can carry this guy's team, it's definitely Vegito. Because remember, this is, again, back when Vegito was in the boost system. And this is probably, you know, going to turn into a Vegito, you know, show here. All right, he goes for the main ability pretty early here, but he pretty much has to do that. I assume he's going to win this Vanish, otherwise he's in a really bad spot. Yeah, 996. Okay, nice. Oh, he's probably just going to kill. He's probably just going to kill this Gogeta right here. Oh, no, he goes back into UI. Okay, he can come back in. Okay. Still, that's a lot of... That's not type neutral. And this is... just like, you know, he was comboing, right? And then, yeah, he was his 8 damage combo. So this was not without any combo compensation. So this is half of his HP. Type disadvantage. That's a lot. So this UI. Remember, this UI is 14 stars. There's the counter. So now he has switch. Okay. They switch into COPYMAN there. All right, COPYMAN. Let's go. Nice. Oh, he catches him with the green there. That was a nice read right there. Okay. Goes with the strikes. Card draw speed going crazy. Like, I'm assuming he gets a rush here. Oh, he doesn't. All right. He's going to draw something else. Yep. Goes back into UI. Okay, so UI's on his last legs here. Is Beto going to get the kill on UI? Also, I guess something else to remember is this is pre quick attack update. So there's no quick attacks here. So this is when UI was at its peak, right? No quick attack, boost system, all this stuff. All right, goes for the main, I guess, just to heal up more than anything else. Beto catches him with the green card. All right, you can combo off of that. Tons of damage coming in from Beerus, which is in the COPYMAN, yeah. Does he just rush? He does not. Goes for the strike there, and then goes for the blue. Actually catches him with the blue there. I'm actually pretty impressed by that damage. He did like more than 5% of his HP. Actually, that probably was around 5% of his HP. Okay. Does he go for the YOLO rush here? What does he do? He goes into Vegito and goes back into Beto. Okay. Blast. Yeah. Oh my god, this damage is so bad. All right, Beto taking some damage here. Goes back into Vegito, catches him with the cover change there. Yep. All right, does he go for the... Okay. Goes for the strike on UI. This is a long match. This is with 2x speed pretty much too. That's crazy. 84 counts left. Goes back into Beto. Vegeta's coming in. Let's go to the second clip here. All right, so let's go back here. All right, so Beto's getting beat up by Gogeta. He's probably dead, right? Yeah, Beto's dead. All right, so Beto has passed away, unfortunately. Let's see what happens here. He just floats up and goes for the rush. That was this is probably the play that won the match. This is a very risky play, just floating up and going for the rush like this. But I guess you could argue that just based off of this guy's team and based off of the position he was in right now, he probably had to make a risky play like that to win. But I don't know. I do not know. All right, let's see. Goes to the rush there. Gogeta actually gets caught with the tap attack animation there is what happened with the rush. Okay, let's see. Blue card, okay. So he gets to take out Gogeta. Honestly, yeah, this is probably the most important play of the match. You're just taking out Gogeta with the rush from full HP. Now he just has Tapion left. Nice read there. Nice tackle counter with the strike. Wow. This string of plays right here was what was really good. Let me just back up here. After the rush, right? So here's the thing with Vegito. Vegito typically, let me just look at this buff bar real quick. Oh, he actually doesn't have any card draw speed here. Because typically what happens with Vegito is you're able to rack up a bunch of card draw speed with him, and then you rush, but then once the rush is over, you have like double card draw speed already applied to your buff bar. So he'll be able to draw like 2 cards before the enemy's even able to do anything. So a lot of times it's really risky to tackle Vegito right after he rushes, because he will already have drawn by the time you tackle him like multiple cards. So he potentially could counter your tackle right away because of the way that his card draw speed effect works. But it looks like based off of this guy's buff bar down here, he doesn't have any card draw speed instances. But, okay, so the rush ends, and then he ends up drawing a strike right away here. I don't remember, Beto does not give card draw speed, does he, when he dies? Maybe he does. I honestly don't remember. Don't remember what he does exactly. But he does end up countering Tapion's tackle here with the strike, which is a really good play. And then he gets the second really good play where he reads UI Goku's switch, so he's able to counter him. And that's easily what wins him the match right here, because UI Goku, yeah, right there. That's what won him the match, 100%. All right, so this guy should be dead here. Vegito, again, with the boost system here, is just able to take out UI Goku. And now Tapion's not really going to be able to do much. I want to see, does he get the W with COPYMAN? Oh, no, Vegito just takes him out. Okay. All right, that was an interesting team. I'm actually really surprised you're able to win against that guy. Okay, so now we have this next guy's submission. Looks like he's using Beerus, Whis, and Blue Kaioken Goku. Actually, this is a team that I've encountered a decent amount of times at this point. I think the reason being is because Beerus has seen a decent resurgence thanks to how many powerful red characters, like, again, Cooler, the androids, UI Goku's still really strong. So Beerus is able to lock them in. Also, the thing to remember about Beerus is that his lock doesn't just work against red characters, but it's against any character. And on top of that, Cooler obviously being the best character in the game right now, him being able to run on LOE with pretty much one of the other staples of LOE being Revival Frieza, Beerus can actually nullify the revive on that Frieza, which is another really powerful effect for Beerus. So this is probably the ideal meta for Beerus. Beerus, when he released, had a lot of trouble fitting in, I think. But now the meta, the way it's shaped itself, I think that Beerus is in a really dominant spot here. So let's see how this Beerus does. So he's going up against Vegito, Gogeta, and Cooler. I assume that this guy's Cooler is in the leader slot of his team. But I think Beerus probably is in a nice position here to be able to dominate this match. Okay, so this is sort of starting from the middle of the match here. He's at 154 counts down. Let's see. So his Whis is already dead. So he only has 2 characters left. It's Blue Kaioken, Goku, and Beerus here. So he goes for the Blue Kaioken attack. This is 2 times speed here. Starts going for the combos on him. Here comes Cooler. Let's see, picks up a green card. That green card's gonna be, oh, here, is he gonna go into Beerus right now? Yeah, okay, so here's the thing with Beerus too. As the opponent, you have to be aware of your HP at all times when facing Beerus. So right here for the opponent, this guy's coming in with Goku, doing a combo on him. He already knows, let's actually back up a little bit more. So at this point right here, this guy knows he's at below 50% HP. Now, I'm assuming that at this point, because again, we started from the middle of the match, I'm assuming that Beerus has not yet used his lock from the green card effect yet. So with this guy being below 50% HP, if I'm this opponent and I know this guy has Beerus on his team, I am instantly telling myself the second he switches, I'm switching, right? Because otherwise I'm going to get locked. Because the thing with Beerus is, well, the thing with, I guess the way this works right here is this guy only has strike cards in his hand, and he can't, you can't strike card into character switch into green card into another card. It's gonna drop the combo. So this guy's gonna have to use a strike card first with Beerus to be able to then lock him in with the green card and kill him with the blue. So if I'm this opponent, I'm thinking to myself, the second I see that switch, I'm just gonna switch out, right? So we'll see what happens. Yeah, he doesn't switch here, and then he's just dead. This green card's gonna lock him in, and this blue card's gonna kill him. Honestly, let's just back up here. I feel like, he's at 993. This one strike card basically did 500k. He probably could have just killed him with the second strike card and then tap attacks. He probably didn't even need to use his blue card, but obviously it's the safer option to use the blue card. All right, so Cooler is dead here. Cooler is dead from this blue card. He's going to pick up another green card thanks to the card draw effect when he kills an opponent. Goes for the green card there, and yeah, he just goes for the rush. Here's the thing here. I'm pretty sure Beerus still has his anti-endurance buff from the blue card effect active, because it's been like not even 2 counts since he activated it. So this rush should have endurance nullification on it. So if he doesn't get guessed here, this Vegito's dead. Look how much damage he's doing too. Oh, he actually gets guessed. That is really bad, because I think this symbol right here, this like the second one from the right on his buff bar, I'm pretty sure isn't that anti-endurance? I think it is. So if he would have not gotten guessed there, he would have killed this Vegito for sure. That's really annoying that he got guessed. All right, let's see. Picks up another green card. I mean, all these green cards are thanks to Whis. He picks up another blue card. So here's the thing with Beerus too, or I guess with any melee blue card here, is in a situation like this, right? This is a situation a lot of people commonly find themselves in. So Beerus has no vanish. You can't switch yet. So this is a really bad spot to be in. You have multiple options here. The first option, I think, is to wait for the sidestep and then go for tap attacks. But that's going to depend entirely on how many counts left you have for your standby character. Let's just see here. So he sidesteps. At the point of him sidestepping, Blue Kaioken Goku basically has like two timer counts left. If he would have gone for tap attacks here for the hope of being able to switch into Blue Kaioken next, I feel like he wouldn't make it. So in this specific situation, what I would have done is I would have okay, so yeah, use the green card to pick up the extra blue card. I would have waited for the sidestep here, and then I would have just pressed the blue card. You're not trying to predict when they're going to sidestep. You're actually waiting to see their sidestep animation first, and then you're pressing the blue card. And the reason why is because this Vegito, right, this enemy, this opponent, he knows you have no vanish, and he knows you can't switch yet. So the most likely outcome of what this guy's going to do is he's going to sidestep and then immediately press a strike card just to try and get the drop on you, because he knows you can't really do anything about it. The one thing you can do about it is you can pop the blue card. And as we see right here, this guy does immediately go for a strike card. So if this guy, instead of going for the blue card, instead of going for the strike card, had clicked the blue card, this would have been a kill on this Vegeta right here. So he goes for the sidestep. The second you see this, now you're pressing this. Now you're pressing the blue card, so that when he goes for that strike card, you're going to kill him with his blue because it's anti-endurance. I think that's the play I would have made, but I understand why this guy went for the strike. All right, so there's the strike clash. He's going to win with 986. I assume he just goes for the blast here. Yeah, and then he goes to Gogeta, and Gogeta's dead. Beerus doing a lot. Beerus didn't even need to use that blast card, honestly. He could have just went with the blue right away and killed him. Okay, well, this is a situation where Vegito definitely can come back here. He goes for the rush. Actually decides to sack off Blue Kaioken and Goku. I probably would have sacked off Beerus at this point just because of the fact that Blue Kaioken and Goku still had access to his main ability, and that is obviously an endurance nullifying ability. But here's Beerus, catches him with the tackle right away, and yeah, that's going to be the end of this one. I guess let me just take a quick look here, because this is actually something I mentioned in the previous fight as well. So Vegito is going to rush. Now, yeah, this is exactly what I was talking about in the prior video. So notice how Vegito has 2 instances of card draw speed here. He has double card draw speed because he's been comboing for a little bit. Vegito's going to pop the rush here. And you can see when he rushes, he still has the double card draw speed buffs here. So that means that when the rush is over, when Vegito kills this Blue Kaioken here, he still has... I guess it went down to 1 at this point. He still has 1 instance of card draw speed. But this is a very dangerous tackle because Vegito still has card draw speed. He can easily counter this. If his opponent was ready for this, knowing that his Vegito had card draw speed still, he's like searching his hand for the first red card that comes up, and he's pressing that the second he sees his tackle up here. So this is a risky tackle, but it worked out. But that is something to keep in mind when fighting Vegito players that rush. Okay, we'll do like 2 more, I think. Here we're at just about 21 minutes. All right, so we got not a whole fight, but please use this team. Okay, this is a short one, only 19 seconds. All right, so we have the team here is Yajirobe, Cooler, and Frieza. So this is the extra green card and extra blue card team here. He's using the, yeah, nice. I like this bench. Armor Goku for the extra 50% strike attack and defense. He's using Chilled for obviously the HP and health restoration. And then EX Cooler, I think it's just giving strike attack and defense. I think it's strike attack and defense to LOE. But remember, Yajirobe also is giving HP. So this is a double HP team. Should be interesting. Let's see. Let me pull this up here. All right, let's expand this. All right, so he's fighting... Oh, this is the movies team. He's fighting Gogeta, Broly, and Cooler. I assume what happens here, considering this is only 19 seconds long, considering that this is over in 2 seconds, I am assuming that this Frieza does get the green card on somebody, and then Cooler just comes in and incinerates them. All right, let's see. PV, yeah. All right, so yeah, here's the thing with this Frieza too. And actually, I have shied away a little bit from using this first form Frieza. I personally, at this point, I think I do prefer Mecha Frieza over this guy. And the main reason is because a lot of the value that comes out of this Frieza, this first form Frieza, is the green card. That's a really nice setup ability. But this Broly, you have to remember, this Broly is immune to the green card immobilization effect from this Frieza. And I would say that I fight Ultra Broly, it's got to be 80% of my matches against Ultra Broly and Cooler, that movies team. I think the most common team I fight is probably Ultra Broly, Cooler, and Tapion, that setup. But Ultra Broly being immune to the immobilization off of that green card is a really, really big hindrance to this Frieza. And because of that reason, I found that the Mecha Frieza is better. And also I think the lock-in from Mecha Frieza is really good because of how prevalent Tapion is. Being able to lock out Tapion from being able to switch into the Rising Rush as well is a really strong ability. So I think I personally at this point do like Mecha Frieza better than this first form Frieza, just for this meta. But if your opponent doesn't switch into the green card like this is where this guy becomes ridiculous, because you can set up a really, really powerful Cooler combo this way. All right, so let's see what happens. So he goes for the green card, catches him. The Cooler is definitely going to come in and just kill him, because here's the thing that's going to happen. Cooler's going to come in. He's going to land like these 2 strikes on this Gogeta, and then Yajirobe is going to come in and lock him in and get a blue card, and he's going to die to the blue card. That's exactly what's going to happen here, and then I guess he's going to forfeit. Watch this. That's exactly what happens here. So here's the first strike, second strike, Yajirobe switch in, lock into the blue. Yeah. Okay, I see this. Maybe I will try this team out. This is an interesting setup. Okay, he didn't forfeit, but that's, you know, okay. You can kind of do... Here's another thing about Mecha Frieza. You can kind of do a similar thing with Mecha Frieza too, right? Because, you know, you land these 2 strikes with Cooler. 1, 2. Here's where the enemy's HP is at. Pretend this Yajirobe is Mecha Frieza. you just go into Mecha Frieza here, lock him in with the main ability, and then he draws a blue card as well with the main ability, and he's dead. So you can pretty much do the same thing with Mecha Frieza. All right, next we have a decent fight here, 2 minutes. Rose before his Zenkai. Okay, so this is a decent amount of time. Oh, this is a long fight, 2 minutes and then 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Okay, we'll do this and then we'll maybe do one more. This is a long one. All right, let's see. Let me just mute this. All right, so what is the team looking like? We got Goku and Vegeta, Rose, and Blue Vegeta against Oob, Blue Gogeta, and Kefla. Kefla, huh? It's definitely not a character I see too often these days. Green Kefla. All right, so let's see. Double yellow green. All right, let's see what this guy's done. Full screen strike. All right, I like the green card there. All right, let's. Okay, he actually does do. I was about to say. I was gonna say let's see if he waits for the sidestep before clicking the blue card. Really, really powerful thing that this Goku and Vegeta can do, even still to this day, is because this blue card restores your vanishing gauge by, I think it's 70%. What you should do with this Goku and Vegeta, if you're in this exact situation right here, is you draw the blue card here, and then you know from this point on your vanish are going to get fully restored. This is actually the same exact thing I was talking about in the Beerus match, with waiting for the opponent to sidestep before you click on the blue card. Because doing this, like you see, the second you see this, which this guy actually did a really good job of doing this, you wait for the Kefla to sidestep. Second you see this animation start, then you click the blue card. So even if you miss, right? Okay, here's the two scenarios that come out. Either you hit the blue card and this Kefla is instantly dead, right? That's obviously the best case scenario here. But even if you miss and this Kefla goes for a second sidestep, you'll have your full vanish back and you could just vanish right away. So let's see if this guy hits him here. Okay, he misses, but notice he has his full vanish back, and now he can just PV this Kefla as soon as she attacks right here. Exactly. Well, not a PV, but she has no vanish now that she dodged the blue card. So now this guy gets a free combo started. Sometimes if you're fighting really good players who actually know this tech, what they'll do is, so the second you go for the blue card here, right? Notice how this Kefla attacks right away. If you're fighting a really good player, sometimes they will actually wait for you to sidestep here and not attack right away, right? Because they know your vanish is back. So they would sometimes wait for you to sidestep right here, and then they would attack you. So sometimes, I mean, this depends on the player. If you're fighting somebody that you know is really good, another thing you could do here is go for the blue card and then wait a second and then sidestep if you think your opponent's going to be waiting as well. But it's a very advanced mechanic there. All right, so he goes for the combo, obviously catches Kefla here, and Kefla's taking, yeah, that's one strike card. That's one strike card. So I think it's pretty safe to assume this guy's going to switch here. So I would probably go for the drop combo into the strike card here. But we'll see what this guy does. I mean, that's safe, right? I mean, you don't really have to drop combo against this team because he doesn't have a blast cover change, so you can just go for the blast here. And now this is a really good spot too because he has access to the switch, so he can switch into Vegeta and pretty much just destroy this guy. So here comes the Vegeta switch, yes. Gogeta's taking a lot of damage here. If he goes to Oob, oh, he goes into Rose. Okay, so this is obviously probably meant to be like a Rose showcase here, or whatever this is, like a Rose play session. Because if this guy had switched into Oob while this Vegeta and Goku were in the battlefield, remember, Vegeta draws another card when the enemy switches. So I guess he decides to just go into Rose here, see how he can do here. Rose actually doing a lot of damage, okay. Remember the one thing that this Rose, I mean, it's not going to apply in this match, but the one thing this Rose does do is he does go type neutral on his ult. So that is, actually, is it his main? It might be his main ability. It's been a while since I've used this Rose. He actually gets caught with a drop combo from the green Kefla here. I assume he goes into Vegeta. Let's see. There's the green from her. Okay. Ult. Goes into Vegeta. Okay. Remember, this Kefla can feint. Does she feint this Vegeta? Let's see. He does not. Okay, that's pretty lucky. All right, so goes for the blast into the tab. I assume another blast here. No. Goes for the blast. Yeah, I think that was a good play, what he just did right there. I don't know if this was on purpose, but I think what he did was he waited to see the sidestep before going for the blast, because this guarantees that you're not going to get PV'd. You wait for the sidestep, and then you go with your blast card. You're not going to get PV'd like that, so that's a good play. All right, so he's continuing here. Goes into, oh, he actually goes right with the strike card, yeah. So again, I think I mentioned this in a different viewer reaction video before, but this position right here, you're how do I word this? You're putting yourself at a disadvantage if you attack with this character right away. If you switch into, like, for Rose, for example, and you go for the strike card and this guy vanishes you, at least Rose still has his vanish, so you'll be able to dodge. You give yourself a chance to vanish back. Whereas with this Vegeta, he has no vanish. So if you miss the strike card, and let's just say this guy didn't, green card counter this Vegeta. If this Vegeta had strike carded and Gogeta had vanished it normally, not a PV, but just vanished it normally, this Vegeta at least, this Vegeta wouldn't have a chance to vanish because he already has no vanish. Whereas if you switch into Rose and do that same thing, then at least you have your vanished. You could potentially vanish back against this character. So that's something I would mention there. He gets caught with the green card though. That was, I guess, a well-timed green card from this guy. And then let's see. If he ults right now, I think this Vegeta would die. He is gonna ult. Okay. I guess Vegeta's gonna die here, huh? Yeah, there's no way Vegeta lives this. Off of a counter here with this much HP left. Okay, so this Vegeta's probably just dead. Okay. Goes into Rose. Goes with the strike here. Goes right away. Okay, so this is an important clash right here. 996. 996 versus 995. All right. Well, yeah. I think somebody's dead here because remember Rose's ult does nullify endurance. I think, right? Let me grab. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Let's do this. All right. Let's see. So he goes with the strike here. Oob comes in. Goes with the blue. Okay, and now we can safely bring Oob in. I think if this was me, I would have just gone for the second strike here, and then pop the main because this guy's main gives him. I actually don't remember if this guy's main gives him key pre-Zenkai, but I would have probably popped the main here, grabbed the ultimate, and then the ultimate I think would have probably just killed any of these guys. But let's see how much this blue card does to Oob. Remember this blue card does restore vanish for this guy as well. Okay, so it destroys his first life. Goes into Vegeta here. Press the green. He does press the green. Goes for the strike right away to counter this tackle. Yes. Oob did a good job of waiting there. Goes for the rush. Oof, this is tough. This all of a sudden became a very bad spot. Unless this guy guesses the rush. He does not. Okay, so this is a 1v3 situation for Rose. Luckily, two of his characters are yellow, but this is still a tough spot for him. All right, Rose, let's see what you got. Gogeta goes for the vanish. Actually catches him there, okay, because the Gogeta goes for the tap attacks. All right, gets him with. I think in this position I probably would have went for the blue card because it would have killed any of his characters and it restores your vanish. So now this guy pretty much has to pop the main. I think right here. Let's see. He does. Oh, Oob just goes for the blue. That's a lifesaver. Oob going for the blue right there is really good for you because you just gained your vanish back for nothing pretty much. Look how much health you lost. It's like what? 5% of your total HP or something, 10%, not much at all. All right, looks like he's going for the blast there. Okay, Oob has his ult, but his ult is not gonna kill, I don't think. Oh, it goes into Kefla. Is he dead? Did Kefla have enough juice in the tank to take out Rose here? Oh, he drops there. Okay, that was a good main. He caught Kefla on the sidestep there. This is a pretty intense fight. He's hanging in there. All right, goes for that, and I assume he just goes for the blue to get his vanish back. Perfect. Yeah, this is exactly what I was talking about, getting his vanish back on the blue. There it is. Not fully restored, but almost. Kefla actually lived that. I'm actually pretty surprised. Okay. Damn, he gets caught there, but okay. It goes to the rush. Goes into Oob. Oh no, he missed the rush. Rose is hanging on by a thread right now. Hanging on by a thread. Oh boy. Okay, they're both just trying so hard to survive. Okay, yeah, Oob gets caught by the strike there. He knows he had no vanish. Oh my god. 1v3 comeback from pre-Zenkai Red Rose. And then this is the kill shot right here. Well, let's just leave it at this. Where's the shot that I want to put up here? No, I want to capture the right exact frame. I can't, it's hard. I guess we'll leave it at this. This will be the end here. I think we're gonna call it here. A little bit over 30 minutes for this video. But I do want to do more. I'm probably going to jump back to the same thread and do a follow-up to this, because there's like 500 comments. So we only covered like, what, 4 or 5 fights so far. So I definitely want to come back to this. I'll look at some more of the fights here, but let me know down below what you guys thought of, again, this type of video. It's still relatively new. I think this is only the 3rd or 4th one I'm doing. So hope you guys do enjoy this style. It's something different, something to keep you guys interactive, or keep me interacting with you guys as we move forward here. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all in the next one.